Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today what I have for you guys is a brand new GTA 5 online video, and of course today is Tuesday, so this video will serve as your weekly reminder of all of the changes, including the money bonuses, discounts, removed vehicles. One vehicle that you guys can see behind me is an absolutely excellent one, especially if you're not on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and S. That is going to be one of the fastest cars in the game. But just basically throughout this week, I'm sure we've all had our head down grinding away on the CEO and special cargo warehouses, trying to get that double money. Hopefully you guys have made dozens of millions of dollars this week, but just in case you're brand new to the game and you want to get involved with the weekly GTA Online events, or if you've just been paying attention to the special cargo and haven't really paid attention to what else you can get this week, we're going to quickly go over it because of course tomorrow we're getting the next upcoming weekly event news and info. We usually get that on Wednesdays. I make a video about that, and that update drops every Thursday morning, and of course I will be going over the weekly challenge, the guide, etc., how to most take advantage of that week. But on Tuesdays I like to give you guys a refresher and a reminder of everything that's going away so that you don't miss out. And so with that being said, we're going to jump into things right here. Let's get started. So to start off, we'll talk about a reminder for every single property and vehicle discount here in this game. This week we have some incredible opportunities. So let's start off first with the awesome property discounts we have. Normally, if we get lucky, we just have one in the game. This week we actually have two exclusive property discounts. The first one is 30% off all executive office properties, upgrades, and modifications. As you can see, I'm inside of my CEO office right now. And if you'd like to buy an office for yourself, go to the internet tab on your phone, go to the Dynasty 8 Executive Realty website link, enter the website, search for offices, and here you can buy any single one of these for 30% off, including all the upgrades and the modifications here. All of these are going to be 30% off as well. Now, in addition to that, all large special cargo warehouses are 30% off. So if you'd like to buy more, which I recommend you do so you could fill them up and wait for the next weekly event where we actually have double money and double RP on the special cargo sell missions once again, you know, in another half year or so, 3-4 months, whatever the case is, well, that will come in handy. You can make tons of money. To buy more warehouses, you go to the special cargo section at your CEO office warehouse computer, then you come here to your warehouse map and you could buy any combination of small, medium, or large special warehouses, special cargo warehouse that is. You can hold up to 5, and they're absolutely worth it. I just have all of mine on the right side of the city, but there are more if you'd like to purchase. You could purchase the one in Vinewood. This one's pretty decent as well. It's just far away from all these. I would recommend you stay away from these two large warehouses. But now with that being said, let's check out the other vehicle discounts that we have here for this week. So starting off on Warstock, we actually have a pretty cool discount that's 40% off the Benefactor turreted limo here in this game. You got to scroll down kind of far, but nonetheless, here it is. This is going to cost you $990,000 this week here in GTA Online. On Elitist Travel, the Maibatsu Frogger is going to be 40% off as well. It's free for me because I have that Criminal Enterprises starter pack, but if you don't have that purchase and you don't have that symbol, this vehicle is actually going to be 40% off. I'm just not sure of what the price is off the top of my head. On Legendary Motorsport, you can get the Benefactor SM722 for 40% off. It's going to cost you $1,269,000. Excellent vehicle. The Ocelot Pariah is also 40% off. It's going to cost you $852,000. This is the vehicle that I was using in my intro, so if you want to get it, this is the discounted vehicle for this week. If you don't have PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and S and you're not on next gen, then of course the Pariah is going to be one of the fastest, if not the fastest car in the game. Besides some other vehicles that can do speed glitches and things like that, the Pariah is definitely a top 5 fastest vehicle for sure, with or without speed glitches. The Gallivanter Baller ST is 40% off. You can get it for $400,500. The Pegassi Pizza Boy is going to cost you $102,375 because this is 30% off this week, so you can get your own custom scooter to deliver pizzas faster if you want. And then we also have the Albany Cavalcade XL, just under $1 million here because this vehicle is also going to be 40% off this week. We also have the Anus Staffer that's 40% off, but it's not featured on an in-game website because it's a removed vehicle, and so you need to go to a specific in-game vendor to actually purchase it this week if you'd like to get it. The discount is applied there. I will showcase to you guys later in this video how exactly you can unlock it. One more vehicle I almost forgot. The armored Karen Kuruma is also 40% off. It's going to cost you $315,000. A little bit more actually if you haven't completed the pack standard heist, I believe, but nonetheless, this is the cost of the vehicle. It is an excellent car in this game. It's a great starter vehicle, just like the Duke of Death as well. This is definitely one you want to pick up when you're first getting started here in GTA Online. Before you get the Night Shark and other armored SUVs and trucks and all the crazy stuff in this game, pick up an armored Kuruma for yourself while it's on discount. you'll be really happy you did later on. Just a reminder for our bonuses this week, we do have double money and RP on all special cargo sell missions. So instead of the normal $2,220,000 that you will get for selling a full 111 crate large warehouse, now you'll be getting $4,440,000. But don't forget, if you sell in a public session for the maximum high demand bonus, you can make up to $6,660,000 per warehouse, netting you over $33 million this week if you sell all 5 large warehouses that you own. In addition to that, we also have double the staff speed for your warehouse technicians that source you special cargo. So like Lupe and friends over here, you can just pay your $7,500 instead of the normal 48 minutes it takes for them to source 1, 2, or 3 crates. It's always RNG. No guarantee of if you'll get any number of those, but you'll get at least one every time. Now it's going to take you 24 minutes. Definitely, hopefully you've been taking advantage of that at the very least. In addition to that, we have triple money and RP in the community series jobs that dropped, as well as double money and double RP on the Vespucci job remix adversary mode. So just go to your jobs menu, go to play job, go to Rockstar created adversary mode, and the Vespucci job right here is double money and double RP. The pizza delivery missions at the Pizza This restaurants, any combination of the 3 of them, are going to be paying double money and double RP for the remainder of this weekly event as well. It's not really worth participating in this unless you have no sort of business and you're trying to get the CEO cargo warehouse or some other type of business in this game. But while it is double money, it may be worth trying out because you can make around 400 to maybe 425, absolute maximum $450,000 an hour delivering pizzas, which is actually pretty decent for a newer player. Maybe not for someone who's Kaio maxing or Dr. Dre maxing, but for a new player, it's actually a pretty solid deal. And then the last bonus that's just been such a good deal this week, especially for the time investment, is double money and double RP on exporting your mixed goods. Basically, you export mixed goods by going to your CEO warehouse assistant, or excuse me, CEO office, talk to your assistant, you click this button, you drive to a truck that's located at any one of your warehouses, and you take that truck and you deliver it to the docks. Normally pays out $50,000. You can do that every 48 minutes, but this week you'll make $100,000 for doing it. It's 100% worth your time, and it's made me so much extra money this week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, you have a couple days left to pick up the podium vehicle, which is of course the Classy Impaler SZ. Now this released with the drip feed of the Chop Shop update. It's based on the 1994 to 1996 Chevy Impala SS vehicles, and honestly, it's a pretty sweet muscle car in this game. It's got a good enough top speed, good enough acceleration, but it's got great cornering capabilities in this game, so you definitely want to pick it up. We actually reviewed it, and I reviewed it very highly in my free vehicles guide over on Saturday, so if you want to check that video, it'll probably be linked down in the description below for you to check out. I review, the podium vehicle for each week, as well as the prize ride for each week, and honestly, we have some pretty decent choices. So I figured for this video, spin the lucky wheel. I mean, we got the 20 grand, I'll definitely take some cash, and let's also not forget about our visitor chips. I would definitely take those every single day. Now with that said, let's move on to the LS Car Meet. Here at the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for this week is the Nagasaki Outlaw, which is actually a pretty interesting off-roader. It's based off, one of those like Razor Polaris UTVs or even one of the Yamaha buggies. But I would say it's mainly based off the Can-Am Maverick X3 Turbo. Either way, it's great in off-road environments, hill climbing, rock crawling, all of that type of stuff. You don't have the best ground clearance with it, unlike you would with like, the Camacho or some other type of truck even, but it is still a very cool vehicle if you want. Of course, driving on the road isn't that great, but say if you want to unlock it this week, hopefully you've been putting in some effort to complete the prize ride challenge, because you need to place top 5 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 days in a row. So if you haven't gotten started yet, you need to get started right now in order to unlock this vehicle. Now here at the LS Car Meet is where we have some interesting opportunities. All of these are removed vehicles this week if you guys want to check them out. So let's start off with the Coil Voltic here. Of course, this is an electric car. It's going to cost you $150,000. It's got a super lightweight design. It's really nimble in terms of handling. A shorter wheelbase is going to lead to a little bit of instability at higher speeds, but honestly, for an EV, it's got a great top speed as well. Definitely an electric car in this game that I would actually want to purchase, unlike some other ones which I would say are really not that great. But nonetheless, let's move on here. The Overflawed Entity XF. This is an infamous, it's a legendary car in this game. It's an OG supercar that Rockstar unfortunately removed for purchase off the in-game websites. It has a top speed of 125 miles an hour. It's still competitive with a lot of newer DLC supercars that have released recently. It's going to cost you $795,000. It's got great steering, exceptional handling, and I would say, like I said, it's still a top choice for races, as well as just high-speed urban driving as well. The only bad thing about it is you have limited customization, but honestly, do you really need it with a car that looks like this? I don't really think so. Then we'll move on to one of my favorites. We have the Anus Paragon R. This is a top-tier sports car in the game. It's got an impressive speed. Excellent handling, it's all-wheel drive, which is awesome. It's excellent for navigating traffic as well, especially when you fully upgrade this car. The one thing is, this is just the normal variant. There's an armored variant that you can actually get for free upon completing the casino story missions, and what that's going to do is add robust defensive features like bullet-resistant glass as well as front-facing machine guns, and that is going to provide some great value as well as enhanced security for your vehicle. And so I would recommend you just complete the story missions to get that car. I wouldn't pay $905,000 to buy this one, but say if you have the armored one and you want the standard one, get this as well. It is still worth it in my opinion. Here we are at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, and again, we have some more excellent opportunities if you'd like to take advantage. Let's get started over here on the left. First, we have the ADIOS Stafford. Now, this is a car that's going to offer a very smooth ride, smooth braking. Performance is maybe average, maybe at its best, it would be quote-unquote good. Decent acceleration, I would say a satisfying top speed for a big boat of a vehicle like this. But of course, since it does look like this, it's going to be a heavy build. Guaranteed. It's rear wheel drive, and so that's going to cause a little bit of oversteer and instability, mostly during sharp cornering. But again, luxury inspirations dating back to the 1959 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, as well as the Jaguar Mark 9. If you want to buy it, it's going to cost you $786,000 this week. Of course, it's another removed vehicle, as are the rest of these. So next, we'll check out this one. This is the GTA 6 car right here. This is the classy Tulip. It's inspired by that 1972 Chevy Chevelle Malibu. And of course, with this car, you're going to get an impressive top speed and really good handling, but it's going to demand skillful control because you get a lot of wheel spin with this car. And also the tendency to oversteer is quite high, even higher than the Stafford right here. Nonetheless, while the upgrades are going to enhance the stability a little bit, like the suspension, things like that, they're not going to completely tame this car. I would say this is a really good muscle car that's going to shine in the hands of an expert driver, but if you're like a beginner player to GTA, maybe it's not the best purchase, but it already isn't the best purchase for a beginner anyway, because it is going to cost you $739,660 to pick up this week. So, I wouldn't really recommend a new player get it anyway, because that's an expensive vehicle, especially just for like a standard style muscle car. But if you want the GTA 6 car that Jason and Lucia were driving, this is it right here. Next, we have the Pegassi Infernus. I'm sure everyone knows this one. High performance Lamborghini here, iconic style. You get strong acceleration, a really good top speed. It's all-wheel drive as well. The biggest problem with this car is it understeers like crazy. If you try and take a turn and you stay on the throttle, you're just gonna plow into a wall. You need to let off the throttle. You don't necessarily need to brake, but let off the throttle, because if you just try and like drive around a turn, especially a sharp one, you're gonna understeer like crazy. So definitely keep that in mind. It's based off the Murcielago, but you also get some elements from the Lamborghini Diablo as well. Again, I would say it's a desirable choice just because of its historical significance in GTA as well as other GTA games here. It's going to cost you $440,000. Make sure to pick it up before it goes away early Thursday morning. After that, we have the Dubachi JB700, not to get confused with the JB700W, which is weaponized. This one, you could just see the weapons that are mounted on the front here, but they're not actually usable with this one. Nonetheless, it is a classic sports car. It's got decent acceleration, excellent top speed. It's really stable. It's lightweight. It's got a nice low profile to it as well. But once again, you have some problems with oversteer because it is rear wheel drive. But if you want an Aston Martin DB5 in GTA Online, this is going to be your pick right here. It's really fun to drift around, honestly, and it's a very stylish car. So honestly, you might as well get it. It's going to cost you $350,000 this week. And finally, we have the Dubachi Exemplar here. This is a car that has superior handling and balance. It's going to excel in its class, despite the fact that it is a front engine rear wheel drive car here. It's still got amazing handling. It outperforms a bunch of rivals in terms of cornering, around turns, and just overall control. And honestly, it's a favorite among performance enthusiasts and competitive racers in this game. It's kind of like a sleeper vehicle. It's going to cost you $250,000. It's an unassuming Dubachi vehicle, but it's a really good one at that. So if you want to pick it up, you get, I would say, amazing value with this car. It's not the most expensive, but for the value you get for $250,000, I think it's worth it in my opinion. Here we are at the salvage yard. Unfortunately, none of these three vehicles are claimable this week, but nonetheless, if you want to steal the ANIS S80RR, this is the top range vehicle for this week. You could steal it as part of the Duggan robbery if you play it. The Obey Omnis is your mid-range vehicle for the rest of this weekly event, featured in the McToney robbery. And then we have the Vapid Cara 4x4, which is this week's standard range vehicle, featured in the Gangbanger robbery. Again, none of these are claimable. I wish one of them would be. At Luxury Autos this week, we have the Declasse Vigoro ZX Convertible. convertible, and we also have the Gallivanter Baller STD featured here. What's nice about luxury autos this week is we have some like older DLC vehicles, not old DLC, but at least, you know, this is from the Criminal Enterprises update from, you know, 2 summers ago, and I think this one's actually from the Chop Shop update earlier this year, but normally Rockstar's just including the most recent DLC vehicles from the most recent DLC and recent updates, so I'm glad to see that we have like a little bit different of a selection this week. But nonetheless, if you want to purchase these, they're going to cost you a little bit more than if you tried to buy them off the in-game website because of the liveries that come pre-applied to these vehicles if you buy them from luxury autos. At the gun van this week, we have featured the baseball bat, the knife, the tactical SMG, the assault SMG, the vintage pistol, as well as the combat MG. Now, for all players, the vintage pistol is actually going to be 50% off this week, and then just for GTA Plus members, you can actually take advantage of 50% off the tactical SMG. The weapon itself is available for everyone, but just the discount will be applied if you're already paying for GTA Plus. For this week's time trial, it is Mountain Gordo with a par time of 46.5 seconds just about. Your HSW time trial is Ron Alternates to Elysian Island, and if you want to participate in this week's premium race, it is Downtown Underground locked to the supercars class and category. We're gonna wrap everything up right there though. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure to tune back in tomorrow because that is when Rockstar will be previewing all their next weekly GTA Online event information early. We're gonna find out all of the next week's bonuses, discounts, free rewards, removed vehicles, etc. Also check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I live stream GTA Online as well as Red Dead Online several times a week here on the channel, so would love to have you guys get involved with that community over on there. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios, amigos.